Hello.
Hi.
Hello. Hi,
Hello.
Amanda. You tell Teddy now I'm not playing with him. He better not flirt with them ladies now. We gonna fall out. No, I'm just talking shit. You tell Teddy I miss him too, and a wink or two for him. Hi, everybody. Hello. It is Saturday, so we're gonna talk a whole lot of shit, and we are gonna have some fun. I've got some decks out. I've got some rods. I've got an S box. I've got some yawns. I've got all kinds of stuff going on. Right? Hi, Tiffany. So we have Jeff with us. Hi, Jonathan. We have Mosaic Insight with us. Mosaic is not new to our Saturday shit schmack, but Brother Jeff is.
I
Say
am.
hi, Brother Jeff.
This is my baptism by fire. Hello, everybody. Hi.
So this Saturday, we do some kind of theme, right? Even though it's S box, either we pick a famous person or whatever it is. Today, it's death itself, right? We're dealing with S boxes. We're talking to ghosts. We are talking to our ancestors. We are trying to connect to those guides, but guess what? They're all dead.
Tropical.
They're all dead, guys. They're all dead. I promise.
Let's
They're
talk about
dead.
big.
Yeah, that's what
So
I was thinking when I saw
we're
the
gonna
title
talk
of
Talk
this.
about
Let's
that.
about.
talk about sex.
Hi,
Let's talk about death,
Jonathan.
baby.
Let's talk
One of
about
my
that.
favorite peeps. I have to tell y'all, I'm so jealous of Jonathan's address, y'all. Like, I mean, who wouldn't be? But him and Betsy have, in my opinion, a pretty cool address. Anywhere where it's got its own time zone, it's just right. So thank you everybody for being here. And so for those of you who know me, I talk about it all the time, but for the new ones coming in that don't really know me or know my story, I'm gonna tell just a little smidgen of it. And then I'm gonna take some questions. If you guys have questions about death, about the other side, I'm gonna tell you a little bit about what type of medium I am, the tools I work with. What I want you to know is that I am real comfortable as a Ouija. I'm real comfortable with talking to the dead. So I usually talk to several hundred when they're around. I'm usually pretty crowded. Um, it's a nice change of pace sometimes to
Rose blue.
be able to sit with them when not I know everybody isn't able, so I do appreciate just the connection that I have with them. So what are we laughing at?
The irony with which you said, I know everyone isn't evil.
It evil? I said able. Did I say
Oh, I thought
evil?
you said evil.
Oh, I did not. If I said evil, my brain
No,
is not braining and shit,
you
but I
said
didn't mean
Abel.
that.
He just heard
I
it
said
wrong.
I meant able when everyone isn't able is what I meant.
Oh,
You
So
said Abel.
you're evil.
oh my god, I know, Jonathan. I had so much fun. In the past 5 years, I realized something I had to mentally prepare myself for with my parents, now 85 and 89, not be all
Wow.
down, but realistically prepping for it. Yeah, at that age, I mean, good God, that is a gorgeous age, right? I
That's
mean,
amazing. That's
I don't,
amazing.
I'll never see those numbers, and it's just like that. That's just freaking wonderful, man. Could you imagine all the stories they've got? That well, it don't matter. I hear all kinds of those stories, and I'm telling you what, I enjoy listening to some of them stories. Hi, Mousy. Okay, so just a little bit about me. My story begins March 14th, 2011. I always talk about my life before then as the struggles that they were, but I died twice on March 14th. Um, Somewhere at the 5 minute ish mark, a little more, a little less, somewhere in there. But um, so the first time I died, I was in an ambulance, right? So lifting, walking, rising, whatever that is, I did out of this organic suit I'm in. Um, do you want an invite to the shit show? Come on, you're welcome.
Yeah, come
Uh,
on in.
Thomas, man behind the curtain. Can we get Amanda? I need your email, baby. If do I have your email? I should have your email. All right. Well, let me see if I can figure out how to get there. If you
I'll
want
float
it,
it to you. I'll float it to you, Hershey.
if she says yes, she wants it, then I don't give a damn. She can get it.
Can't Jeff forward your the link
Well,
to
right.
her
I was gonna
if he
say
has
if
it?
she wants to join, Jeff can just forward the link as well.
Yeah.
So everything on that side is dead, guys. Right? They it's not at all what I imagined, what I had heard my whole life. There was no pearly gates. There was no horns and trumpets blowing. There was nothing. It was silent. Nothing. Literally nothing. There was no people. There was shades. And that's what they look like. They look like just shades just everywhere, right? Just moving around, but not walking because there was no legs. Holding, but yet there was no hands. So the concept was all being held in the brain, right? We had no mouth, we had no ears, no eyes. There was nothing. Everything was done through our mind, right? No clocks, no time, none of that existed, right? So I I was watching and I didn't get to go like up, but when I looked up, or at least what I think I was looking up, what I saw, and the best way I can describe it, and I know I never say it right, but it's like that Dante's Inferno painting where it's just layers and layers and layers of all them gods and deities and immortals. They're up there just battling in war, right? It just looked like layers and layers, but it looked like there was layers of peace in between them. And the higher you went, the more peaceful it got, right? So all I know is they were like, that is not for you. That is not for Earth humans. They kept calling me an Earth human, right? And I'm like, well, what the hell? Like,
Well, what else?
is there more than one kind of human? But apparently there is, you know what I'm saying? And then I learned about the original human, the Earth human, us, the bipedals, the humanoids. You know, I learned about a lot of other things in a very short period of time. And I kept getting tell your story, tell your story. But I'm assuming they were always talking about like all the bad and ugly shit that always happened to me, right? Like I always fell in a pile of shit every time. So I couldn't figure out why they wanted me to tell that bullshit, right? Because the only thing that I had at the other side of that was hope and a belief that I could get through the next hard thing, right? I didn't know where it was going to come from, but that's what I held on to my entire life. I didn't believe in love, light, fuzzy wuzzies, and all that shit. That shit was not for me because it wasn't a part of my world. So somehow I got to come back, right? So somewhere in the midst of about 9 to 13 hours later, while I'm in an 18-hour surgery, I die again, right? And again, it's around the same time. And I remember a lot more. I remember that I was supposed to talk about death. I was supposed to help people understand what maybe it's like on the other side, that are always around us. They're always there with us. All of your ancestors, different versions of you, right? They don't always come through in a manifested kind of way, or in a way that I can literally say, oh, well, I can describe them to a T, right? Most of the time they're in a shade position. I'm getting an essence, I'm getting an image that they're putting in my head of what maybe they look like, or maybe who they're seeking, or a name or initials. It was at that time that I learned that no matter how many lives we've walked, whether it's one or hundreds or how many or variations of it, we always have the same initials. We may not have the same dates, but we will always have the same initials. So whatever your initials are right now, your name may be different, but it will still be those initials, whether we can pronounce it, whether it's in English, another language, or it's literally from another universe. Like names are pretty much not irrelevant, you know, as long as the initials are the same, right? So that part of us doesn't ever change. That part that's created, that original name that we got. Now, it doesn't matter what it is today, but the original name that you got, those same initials are still representing the soul that's inside of us, right? This amazing thing that we do not take care of, right? We don't prepare it for what's to come. And that's what I want to talk about, right? We all know that from the moment we're born, we're going to start dying. It's inevitable. It's how it goes. No matter where you are, what part of the world you were blessed to be born in, from the moment you're born, you literally start dying from that moment on, in this flesh, in this form, in this meat suit, this third, fourth, and some fifth dimension organic suit that we wear, right? Those that are on the other side, they don't want sadness. They don't want heartache. They don't want people to mourn us. They don't want us to hold them back like so many of us do. They want celebrations. They want second lines. They want to smell good old cooking coming from the stove. They want to see celebrations being celebrated in ways that break generational gaps, that break the karma that we have been carrying for far too long. So the other side really, really, truly hopes that with opening up your mind, opening up your heart, and believing that that other side is with you at all times, they hope that you can find the understanding and the confidence that you need to let them go, because this part of them is no more. They're not hurting anymore. They're not mad anymore. And I don't care how your relationship was when they left you. They're not mad anymore. They're not in pain anymore. And they're not even thinking about these human, earthbound things, because they can go so many places. They can enjoy so many things. Some have penance. Some have unfinished business. Some have rage. Some have displacement and don't know what's going on. But for the most part, when they get to cross over and go into peace, what they want is to go. They don't want to be held down by a little trinket or a totem or somebody that can't let them go. So I hope that people start getting real comfortable with death, because we're only getting closer to it instead of farther away. So that's what I'm going to say. Jeff, since you are brand new and you are literally getting thrown under the bus, how do you yourself feel about death?
I think it's a big void. I don't think there's anything on the other side. And from what you said, quite frankly, the what I'm taking from it is there is nothing.
Hold on. Did you forward her a link, Jeff?
Yeah.
She said she'll come. Okay. All right. Well, I will watch.
The concept of envisioning nothing to me implies that there's something, and I can't envision anyone being happy or sad or anything on the other side. So what you described to me, like in the beginning when you were talking about like it's literal silence, it almost seemed to me as if it sounded as if it were a void. Just this sort of you know what I mean?
It's peace.
Like
it's peace.
And I don't think I can even conceptualize it with the words that we talk about, because I don't think any of us is prepared. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I just mean it like we don't know until we do it. And you've done it twice, but what I need to know is, like, if you felt like it was silence and you've seen it on both sides, is there shit on the other side too that in the time that you were there makes you wonder, given that you know there was this sort of presence of being sucked into something but not entirely aware of what it was or what a silence was? I mean, if there's silence and like you can still, but you said you still can do the things that you do with your senses over there.
Yes.
So
we could still communicate with our mind. Everything was done through the mind, Jeff. There's no mouth. You're a shade. You're just a soul, right? There is no mouth, no hands, no ears, no eyes, no none of that. None of this
Is it frustrating at first?
No, that's just it. No, it was like I knew exactly what to do. I don't know how I was moving around and seeing different parts of the world, of all kinds of places, different times and timelines, because I had no legs to get me there. There was no cars. There was no nothing. Everything is silent because everything is done in the head. There's no madness. There's no chaos. There's no noise. There's no city. There's no clusterfuck. It's peace. It doesn't hurt. I don't have to worry about hiding anything about me because I'm a shade. We're all the exact same. We are our own manifestation in our own head. That's the part that we get to manifest and present to people.
So once
we're out of this trap,
we better start
situation.
doing it. But we better start doing it correctly here. Is that what you're saying?
I would like to try to help people that want to know, but so many people have so many versions of what it's like over there, because there's other people that have had near death experiences and they tell a very similar story to being met by ancestors and all that. I wasn't met by ancestors.
No,
I was met by these furies and fates. These angels that I believe they were called weeping angels and ferrymen and riders and I didn't know anything about what was going on. I had no idea, but yet I knew exactly what to do. I knew exactly how to move, how to float, so to speak. I knew how to make my mind think, well, Egypt, and bam, my ass was, I think, in Egypt. I'm using that as a hypothetical situation so that you can picture what I'm saying. Everything was in the mind. Everything was done in the brain. I don't know. I've got so much metal in my head. It's very easy for me to make my brain go completely silent, like it was then, like silent, nothing. Like I don't care how much noise is going on around me. I can focus everything out and go back to that silence. And I can find my peace every single time, and I can refill my hope cup. And that's what I want people to realize. You can reach that now so that you can get comfortable with it, because the more you start learning about yourself right now, those are the gifts you have on the other side. Whether you're a Ouija, whether you're a psychic, whether you're some form of a medium, or you're telekinetic, or you have telekinesis, or whatever those gifts are, they're on the other side. Not this wondering, questioning, doubting, having hesitation, not knowing, stumbling, falling, tripping. None of that is there.
For the wall,
whatever you do, it's just, you just do it. You do it. It doesn't matter what it is. You just do it. And nobody fights over it. There's no competition. It's equal. It's equal. Jeff, you're my equal. You are part of my biome. I am part of yours. We are all part of one biome. Not many. One biome. One biome makes all of us. It's literally the best description I can give is that after scene in Men in Black where the aliens are shooting the different looking Earths around inside of another galaxy. Very similar to something like that. I have to think the person that created that after scene like clip has died and come back. Not near death. I'm saying died and came back, because yes, I've seen giants. Yes, I've seen shit that looks like it literally just walked out of Men in Black. Like, what the hell was that? I saw all of that. There's no separation. Everything is equal. Welcome. There's no, you don't look like me. Your color is different. Your hair is funny. I don't like your outfit. None of that. None of that. None of that earthly greed, pride. It's not there. It's not there. It does not exist.
There's no belief there, right?
There is no belief. You just know.
You just know, right?
You just know.
Is that what you're saying?
You don't have to wonder. You don't have to think. You can look up and be like, yeah, yep. There's still the same things going on up there today that was going on 6 million, 9 million, 40 million, billions of years ago. Not a couple 100,000, not 600,000, not a quarter of a million. Billions and billions of years it has been going on. Billions with a B. Going on over and over and over and over and over. It's sickening. It's sickening that we have to keep repeating it because we do not understand. This is the only place here, man is the only one that has greed. Greed is everywhere, but we take it to a point that is disgusting. And source, the powers that be, all of them that came together, the collective that came together, that said, well, let's make one in my image, 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 and let's just bring them all together, right? Let's make them all have our DNA in them. People don't realize it's truly there. It's truly within us. You don't have to wonder. The question is, are we human? Are we going to wonder? 6,000 times out of 6,000 times, yes. But the fact is it truly is actually over there. Hi, Amanda. Hi, love. How are you, babe?
I'm good. How are y'all?
Thank you for joining us. I had no idea you wanted to show up to the shit show Saturday, so welcome.
I mean, you've been asking me to come on a show, so
Absolutely, sure, why not? Welcome, welcome, welcome. So, for those of you who just turned in, hi, Miss Moonlight.
Miss Tarot
You know, there's so much more to each and every individual part of us that we don't take advantage of enough of, or we don't appreciate it enough, right? So that has to apply to that concept has to apply to death. So that's why tonight we are here and we are just talking, we're getting information, we're sharing information. I'm going to do the best I can to answer as closely as I can to some questions. There are some things that they are not going to probably allow me to answer depending on how detailed your question is. But if it's that detailed, then I'm supposed to tell you already know and stop asking for confirmation. So I don't know who you are, but apparently there's somebody watching that keeps denying something that they absolutely know is true. And whoever you are, you know it's true. So stop denying it, and please don't ask any very specific, detailed questions because you already have your answer. So, Jeff, I don't know if that answered your question.
No, it did.
About
It
it.
did.
Was it Jeff?
No, I just
No, I doubt it.
I'm being honest when I say I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know, and I can't ask questions about or answer things. Like, I can't be like these people that, you know what I mean? Like, because if you've walked both sides of it, then you can tell me what it is based on how it's different. But you can't tell me how something is by how it's similar. You know what I mean? You can't explain it in terms that are the same as what this is. So that's why I appreciate what you did. Yeah.
So, I am storing questions or comments that seem as valid as possible. The man behind the curtain is back there, guys. If I missed like a very specific question, please let me know. But okay, so Amanda, since you are next in the hot seat, you might as well. How do you feel? And there is no wrong answer to this. So please, please, please be honest if you want, or you can say, I'm not talking about it. It's your choice. How do you feel about death?
It doesn't scare me. It doesn't scare me because I believe that there is a heaven. I believe that we all go to heaven unless we have committed a horrendous crime like murder. Then I feel like we are left out in the dark, kind of like the earth is our hell. So, like, when people talk about like familiar spirits or demons, that's what I think some of the spirits that walk our earth are. And I also feel like how you described your, near death experience. And I can understand exactly what you're talking about. Not because I had my own, but because I had an angel show themselves to me. And I literally was embraced in their wings. And as soon as I was wrapped in their wings, I felt all those beautiful emotions you talk about, that whole peace, the love, all of those things. So I do believe that there is a heaven, and that's where we go when we die. So, but I don't believe that we're dead. We're just in a different world. It's just our spirit that's there.
100%. So what if I told you that Earth is actually technically a prison? So, okay, man-made rules do not exist outside of your human skin you're in right now. So anything that you break in man's law, that is not universal.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense to what I'm saying, Amanda? Do you understand what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I've already broken a universal law to be in this damn meat suit in this prison, stuck having a third, fourth, or fifth dimension experience when we are levels above third, fourth, and fifth dimension beings. We ourselves, our shade, we are thousands and thousands and thousands of years old. We have walked many walks. We have lived many different ways, many traditions, many walks, right? This is a punishment because of a universal law, is a way that they wanted me to understand it, right? We broke a universal law. There's many gods. There's not one God. There's not one all. And if you think that way, then they think that you're very selfish because one God couldn't create all of us. We all look different. We all talk different. We walk different. We have different life experiences because we all come from many different versions of the collective that some and most and all call source. Source is a collective of many, not just one.
Yeah, I believe in that too.
So man's laws don't exist out there. Murder is not a universal crime. I'm not saying it to start shit. I'm not saying it to
But
be
it can
mean.
happen, right?
Don't go kill anybody.
Murder is not. No, I'm not saying go kill anybody, but that
But can it
that
happen?
word murder that man created and decided to be the judge, the jury, and the executioner, that is not
Did
fair
we
in universal
just get
law.
flagged on YouTube for saying those words?
I wouldn't know why I would. I mean, I'm not paid. I don't
I
have
don't know.
minors. I don't know. But if I get a clutch, I get a clutch. Hey, it's my channel, and I apologize. I'm not streaming, so it shouldn't affect anybody else's channel. So, I mean, whatever you call that. Simulcast.
Simulcasting.
Yep, that's the word. So,
I don't know.
but no, what I mean when we unalive something, that is man's law, right? That doesn't necessarily break universal law. So I
So
hope
where
that
does the-
helps you just a little bit,
I-
Amanda, understand that you kind of are right saying that you feel like there's demons walking around. There has to be balance. There has to be the exact amount, and the most powerful bright has the exact and equal and opposite evil, darkness, black, whatever you want to call it. It has to, because the universe is created on balance, nothing more. It's not created only out of the light, and it's not created only out of the shadows. It's both 50-50. So yes, you are correct. There are things that go bump in the night that are walking around us right now.
So over there, like, is there that duality that's here, good and bad? You know, good versus evil, poor versus
No,
you know what I mean?
it's not like that. That's
the
again
activities
the man stuff, right?
the
That's man.
activities that we envision, the things that we envision, can we make them happen if we want them to, good or bad? Without impunity? With impunity.
They tell me to tell you, Jeff. Hershey says it all the time. The more you believe, the more you will see. The more you see, the more you can conceive. The more you conceive, the more you will achieve. The more your brain will open up, the more you will gain access to parts of your brain that give you access into realms, parallels, and timelines that your right now third, fourth, and fifth cognitive mind isn't open to intentionally because of this meat suit that we're in.
So they don't want me to
And
know.
your actions will always, there's always a consequence for
Always.
your actions.
Over there?
So
Always.
Okay.
over
Everywhere.
there as well.
Everywhere.
It's just they judge it. The laws and rules are just perceived differently in the sense. So
Yes.
an action has a consequence, good or bad. You know. So don't think over there. You can, like, I think I heard what you're saying. Can I go over there and just like, there's no consequence? No, there's a
Yeah,
consequence.
no, there's
You just get
consequence.
handled in a different way. It's just not
Yes.
like, it's just not the way it's dealt here on Earth.
Absolutely, 100%.
Now you got
Like-
me intrigued.
So what would be an example of that?
Okay, so
Um,
for may I try?
Sure.
Adultery here is forbidden, all the stuff, but over there it's just energy, right? But all
It's just
the
energy.
you don't go to jail for adultery, but you know what I mean. Before they used to kill you, right?
Right.
Or
No,
Mhm.
100%, 100%. They make a lot of things in man's world a crime and punishable,
telling anybody
so
to
that
go
man
cheat on
can
their
be the
favorite.
judge, jury, and executioner and said control factor. But in theory, none of it has anything to do on the other side. It's energy exchange. It's not even about the act of sex or intercourse, right? It's the
Okay,
energy
no.
exchange.
Is
Since
there
that
pleasure
was just
in,
the one
sex on
someone
the other
said.
side? Is there pleasure in sex? Is there pleasure in sex?
It's
on the
not
other
like
side?
what you think. It's done in the mind, and yes, there is
There is.
endorphins.
Oh, so you're mind fucking me, huh?
That's what I was going to ask. Yeah.
endorphins and serotonins and dopamine. Those things do get stimulated, and there is pleasure. Yes.
I'm
there
not
is
trying to make a
pleasure.
joke of it, Hershey. You know that.
No,
I just had to
understand.
take
And
that
there's
opportunity.
laughter. There's humor over there. People think that there's no laughter or humor,
That's
and
what I was
that's
thinking.
the farthest that they have the disrupted, warpest, funniest, twisted, darkest sense of humor. Sometimes I'll be like, did they really? I can't believe they just did that shit. I'll be like, I am not doing this shit. I ain't going there with y'all today. Not today. They have a hell of a sense of humor. So everybody
I don't know
can
what
just
Ashley
get real
Madison is,
comfortable with
Moonlight.
laughter because they laugh at even, I mean, traumatic shit. They will laugh about it. Like seriously traumatic. They will laugh about it because the human is just gonna spaz out and get irrational, and they're gonna sit up there and laugh. Like, wait to the other side. That's the funniest part when they realize that it wasn't worth all that. Wait, watch. It's almost like we are a sitcom sometimes.
I wonder if they're laughing about the
extremely
3
dramatic
inches,
ones,
Jeff.
anyway. Huh?
About what?
3 inches.
Oh,
You heard
no.
about sweet.
Mr.
Oh, no.
Shortcomings.
Michelle, how do
Moonlight.
you feel about that?
Well, when my mom was sick, I had 2 years to get used to. Well, maybe she's coming in. Well, he wouldn't be barking at my mom. Sir, it's okay. Come on. I feel great because I feel like I feel like I can't talk. Circle. I don't know. So let me skip past the mom part. Because I feel like it's distracting me right now. But I'm learning a lot through you, Hershey. So I'm really working on undoing the forced thoughts that I was taught, raised going to Baptist school, chose Catholicism, chose all this stuff. So I feel like all these stories and all these things they told me, and in my heart, like it never really fully made sense. And so now I'm working to undo all that and really open my brain and my mind and see, and through my experience, through coming and finding all of you guys on YouTube.
Right.
And learning through all of you guys, I'm learning to experience for myself. So when you talk about your experience and I take it in, I still feel like my experience is going to be what I make of it. Like, it's really like they say, the beauty is in the eye of the beholder, or what, you know, like you can imagine your world now. Like, I don't know. I can't even find my words now, but I just know that through you guys, and I am learning to expand and experience it myself. And I'm realizing and starting to see like all the stuff around me. So it's really crazy. I'm not afraid of dying anymore. Shouldn't say that, because in that moment I might be a little afraid, but I've been ready in a sense where I just, if something's happening, I just think if it's my time, I'm just going to be fantastic. On the other side, just take care of my dog. I just worry about my dog. So
Absolutely.
I don't know why I just got everything I was prepared to say, everything I wanted to say through all you guys talking, and then it came to me and I like froze up. So I hope that helped answer
It'll
your
come back. It'll
question.
come back. It'll come back.
Because
So
somebody
I have
obviously came in during my turn to talk because I believe I have, what time is it? 8:30? No, about 9 o'clock. A bunch of ghosts will start showing up. It's like clockwork.
So Rose Blue says giants question mark. Yes. Yes. They were real. They were real. Yes.
Hot.
She says no going into the light. So the concept of that is not what you think it is. If you go straight into the light, you learn nothing and you're going right back into a birth canal love. I don't know any other nice way to say it, but if you go straight into the light, you learn nothing
Oh man.
and you're literally going right back into the birth canal. The light you see is literally the birth canal light.
So you don't get to choose
You
your
are literally
parents?
no.
None of
That
this stuff about like your life
Okay.
review and all that other stuff. Is that
no, not
bullshit?
if you go not if you go straight to the light. No, if you go straight to the light, you learn nothing, and you're going right back and repeating it all over again. You're going right back to the
Hell
birth
no.
canal.
But if you don't, you do have a life review.
If you don't go right into the light,
Mhm.
then yes, you get to go in front of the Furies, the Fates, what they call the panel of judges, which is Hades, Persephone, and a few others that are down there. And
Thanks to you,
you
Hershey, I'm
will
learning not to
stand.
be afraid of the
You will
darkness.
stand in front of them. They will weigh your heart, so to speak, into a feather. Not literally, they're not going to rip it out of your chest or anything like that, but they are going to look at your life versus how it should have been. You know, is there a balance? This is what we laid out for you, but here's what you actually did. The choices that you made, your free will of choice led you here. Is it balanced? Are you in a place that we feel is balance? And
Wait a
that's
minute.
kind of what the judgment is. Are you living a balanced life? Do you have enough
Your
work,
free
play,
will of choice?
spirituality? You have free will of choice, but you don't have free will of parents, of what you look like. All of that is predestined before.
What about ascended masters? And I only ask because probably a lot of people probably think this is crazy, but Val from Dragonfly Crystals, I got a subscription with her. And the last Zoom call I had with her, she told me that like my one of my spirit guides is Goddess Isis. Another one is Goddess Palet. And she told me that I'm an ascended master who chose to come here to have a human experience.
So the way I understand it, ascended masters and prophets, the prophet and the destroyer, right? So an ascended master is paired with a prophet and a destroyer, right?
Mhm.
All three, well, the destroyer not necessarily, but the prophet and the assisted manner, the
Ascended
master,
master.
ascended master, have all walked this plane before. They needed to reconnect to something, right? There are zillions of ways to connect and help and lift and guide and bring hope to people, but instead they choose other things, right? So for you to have been told that you were one of the ascended masters, I would say that I was told there was only 22 of them. So I would be willing and very, very interested in knowing which one you were told you previously walked as. My connection with Metatron, aka Enoch, and he has that came before Enoch as well, um, lets me remember that we all are a much higher being. So the possibility of it being true could be 100%. But for me to just know which one it would be, or any of my team or my guides, Probably not. Like you would have to deep dive that yourself. You would know it. You would feel a connection that you can't explain. You have no idea. It's almost what I could tell you is like the Om Sete story, right? This woman knew walking in our lifetime that she wasn't supposed to be here. She knew she had walked before. She remembered being Sete's mother. She remembered being this wonderful, powerful woman from Egypt that had an amazing son and an amazing life. And she forced those memories back by opening parts of her heart and her brain so that she could go back and remember and recall the walk. And then she could put her life now into a situation that made herself feel complete. So it is a matter of all of us. We have to do our own homework if we want to figure out who we were in our original walk. But we absolutely can figure it out. We just have to be willing to do the homework. But we have to get rid of these earthly flesh things and emotions and thoughts and forced everything in our head before we can willingly accept what is more than what we can physically touch, feel, sense right now. I don't know if that helps you or not.
No, it does. I didn't ask her who she felt I was. She just told me that, and I was just kind of taken back because I was even just surprised when she even told me that one of my spirit guides is Pele. I knew about Isis because I do have just a connection to Egypt. In fact, she was one of the first people who actually told me about being there. I was a high priestess in Egypt back during the reign of Ramses the First, and there was a connection to two other people here on YouTube. Um, One being Allison, which is Aries Girl Tarot, and the other one being Ange, which is from Roots and Waves. And I felt a direct connection to them automatically, and I couldn't explain it. And so when I was told about being a high priestess in Egypt back during Ramses' reign, I decided I wanted to explore it a little more. So I got a couple of tarot decks. One of them is The Journey into Egypt. And when I first got it, I started shuffling it and I started having visions of the three of us back then. So that part of it I know is true, which was
That's
why.
wonderful. That's wonderful.
So, the other part, as far as being a Ascended Master, I don't know because, like I said, Hershey, I have no idea which Ascended Master I'm supposed to be. The only other thing I can tell you is I was also told that I was there at the time of Moses, that I was actually present at the burning of the bush. And then I was also told I was there during the time of Jesus when he was doing his sermon, the Sermon on the Mount. So that's all I know.
The prophet Jesus?
Yes.
Interesting. That's interesting. I am I know nothing of the Bible, the book or whatever. I've never read it. Couldn't tell you anything about it. I know that this version would never be for me anyway. There's too much removed and too much forced thought. And well, you know what? It doesn't matter what my opinion is. I've never read it, but I spent my whole life struggling between religion and spirituality, and then I even took religions of the world classes and studied it, and I still had questions, and then I died, and I saw what I saw, and I'm like, you're gonna let me remember all of this going back? I don't want to go back, but I had to go back. I had no choice. Somebody gave me borrowed time to come back, not once, but twice. And I'm not going to take advantage of that. So I'm willing to help people understand what's over there if they're willing to ask the right questions. But if you're simply asking questions that you already know the answer to, or the ones that you ask because you truly don't know or you don't understand what to believe, no one can tell you what to believe. You have to
Right.
go with what feels right. So I know I keep saying that, but I feel like, Amanda, I feel like you know one specific one that really just feels right. Like whether it's the destroyer in that master. A master can destroy and they can profit. They have the ability to do both. Um, every time they jumpstart us, restart us, whatever you want to call it again, it's because a prophet and a destroyer walks at the same time. Like right now, there is a prophet and a destroyer walking right now on Earth. Even though we won't recognize them, walking past them, we could walk past them every day and we wouldn't recognize them. We wouldn't recognize them. They could be playing a role of a bum. They could be playing the role of everybody's favorite orange guy. Hell, I don't know. All I know is there is one destroyer and there is one prophet that's walking right now. I don't know what is going on in this year, but with all of the mass chaos with man, it has caused a destroyer and a prophet to walk again, and neither has walked in over 400,000 years. So now that one of each is walking again, I would think that we as man had better ship up because we about to get shipped out if we don't learn to find control within ourselves, no matter how hard it is. And I struggle with that so hard every single day. Um, we have to learn to to like each other. Humanities, like we all need to go back to basic humanities, like basic kindergarten, and remember humanities for people, because it's not time to play with people, it's time to come together. And people still are missing all the signs and symbols, and there is one of each walking right now, and they're they're
So
either
our
going to
soul wouldn't recognize
or they're
them.
going to make us start all over again. There is no other option. One will win and one will lose. What did you say?
So our soul wouldn't recognize them. Like if we were to
No.
come in contact with one of them, our soul itself wouldn't connect to it.
Yes. Okay. So, if you're in touch with your soul, yes, you would recognize it. But if you are just making your mouth say it, but you're actually not following through with it with your actions and with the way that you're living and the way that you are expressing yourself in your everyday thought and in your everyday movements and actions, then no, it's quite possibly you are turned off and you will not understand what you just experienced.
That's interesting.
So there's been some pretty amazing comments. Hi Karen, I see you. Hi Rossi. So you guys in the chat are bringing it, y'all. I love it. So Jonathan says the ancestors all live in the astral tree. All ancestors. That's what they taught me. Exactly. We're all part of one biome. That's the only thing that is one, the biome. You know, a lot of people have this impression that, you know, there's only one God, but it's literally not one God. It's one, you know, it's one biome. Oh, hold on.
No.
Oh, all good. All good. Rose Blue says, my brother 2 years ago passed 8 days after diagnosed with lung, liver, stage 4 lung and liver in hospice. 12 years. I prayed, bargained. Then I went straight to ancestors before he passed. He visited me in a dream 2 weeks later. Absolutely. Every time we smell a smell that would have been theirs, a song, a certain word, a phrase, that's them. They're always around us. Literally, guys, they're always around us. We're all denying something. Absolutely, 100%, Jonathan. You that is literally the truest shit ever right there. Says, I've heard people say that Earth is a school. Earth is what you make it, but for the most part, it's because we've usually broke a universal law and we have to relearn something about humanities. That is literally the best part about this is I'm giving y'all the clue right now. It's about humanities. You could figure it out from there. I promise. I promise you can figure it out. All of your answers stem from that. All of them up there. That's all they talk about up there. Humanities. Where's your humanities? But where is your humanities? That's like their favorite damn question. So you can call it School of Hard Knocks. You can call it a prison. You can call it a trash can. They don't care. It's one biome. It's a gang of them up there that came together collectively to bring us here. And we, as one, cannot come together for shit. But independently, we can have our own voice. But now we need our own voices to spread that hope to other people so that other people can get comfortable, for one, with death, and for two, with humanities, because there's not enough comfort in either of them around here. Do you remember as kids playing with mercury in our hands? And it breaks up to little bubbles. I don't remember it being in my hand, but I remember science class and we
They
all
told
played
us it
with
was
mercury.
poisonous. It was poisonous,
It is.
like the
It is
stuff in the
poisonous.
thermometer. Yeah, that's what
Yeah,
my
and
mother used to
mercury
say.
comes from space. You guys realize that we can't
That's what I
recreate
thought.
mercury here on Earth. There's not very many metals that don't come from space because we can't actually create them. We recreate a version of them in other metals that we have, but our precious gems and stones and that comes from up there. It's created under pressure here, but like stones and all of that weird things and metal that we can't figure out how to recreate. It's because it didn't come from here. It came from up there somewhere. The astral realm is what it sounds like to me. It is up there. It is up there. That is one of the rings. I don't know how many rings, countless rings of different levels of all kinds of stuff. I used to believe that Catholic version, not anymore, learning different things since. Um, there's not just one. There's one belief system. Man broke it down and decided to make money off of it and made it greedy and broke it into columns and situations and statistics. And then they did it with water. Then they did it with the fruits of the earth that we carry, the meats, everything that was given to us on earth to live by. Man decided to make money off of it and get greedy. And now, we have to live in all of these limitations because we ourselves did this to ourselves millions of years ago.
Yeah.
Can you tell me if I was Cleopatra's favorite cat? So this one Miles actually finds quite humorous, right? So he says it's not necessarily what you think it is. It's not that you were her cat, you were a cat, right? So the fact that you were more than one time, you were a cat and more than one goddess, he says. So chances are good, yes, you very much could have been for Cleopatra herself, but it wasn't just the one time and it wasn't just one goddess, he says.
Wow, Moonlight.
Jonathan Daly says, I've moved past duality. Yin yang can't be separated until you die. Embrace your light, dark, and your dark light as the same. Absolutely, 100%. Just stay in the balance of both of them, and you. I promise, it does get easier. It really does. The only thing that scares me about death is that I won't be able to spend time with my husband. After that, I have lived a complete life, and I have no regrets. See, that is beautiful right there, like so beautiful. You don't have to necessarily be worried about not spending just the right amount of time with somebody. The best part about it is you guys get to celebrate every day right now together, So because you get to spend every day right now, you get to stay present and current with each other. You don't have to worry about tomorrow. So just enjoy every single moment that you can. And you don't have to worry about losing anything because you will have literally done it all together and you won't have anything to miss because you'll be carrying all of that with you.
See, and I heard. Oh, I'm sorry, sweetheart.
I was just saying, did you see Green Adventuring Tarot's comment about, she says, my mom saw Paley, I don't know if I said it right, on a hike at the volcano on the Big Island, and she described someone who looks just like Amanda. She giggled and smiled at my mom and then disappeared from the trail.
Oh, wow. No, I didn't see that, sweetheart, but I don't have my, I'm not in the chat, so, but.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to make sure you guys, I saw that. But.
Okay. Miss Moonlight, I am not connected to Akashic, but I am connected to Metatron, and I am connected to Miles. Miles is
No,
connected.
I think she was
I think
asking
that came up
Amanda if it
earlier.
was Akashic reading when she was
Yeah.
told from.
Oh, I thought she was asking that about her cat. I was gonna about the cat situation. My bad. Let me see. I remember.
I guess it was. I mean, it was Val from Dragonfly Crystals. So it was like you can ask questions about either your spirit guides or your loved ones who have passed. And it's like, so I asked about spirit guides because it was, Isis, but like when I was there the last time, because I talked about the whole thing of smelling the floral scent in my new house. And that's when Val said, no, that was Goddess Pele that was there. That's who was trying to make themselves known to me and to let me know that she was here with me, that she's one of my guides. So
Beautiful.
So there's one that's jumping out real quick at me, right? So I don't know whose mind I'm about to blow, but here we go. Your doppelganger is your highest self, right? Not what TV has you thinking a doppelganger is. That is not true. We are so many, and now that we have exceeded our earthly configuration of what they thought humans would reach, we have exceeded that. We have gone beyond the number of suits that they thought were needed, right? So to speak. Again, I'm calling this a suit, right? So what they are saying is that the pattern begins to repeat again in the bloodlines, right? Because it can only be used so many times and only one can be used at a time, right? So what they want you to understand is that when it comes to your soul is so much older than you can ever imagine. And what they want you to understand is that your highest self is called.
You froze.
They
They don't want her to say it.
Freeze. They don't want it to come out.
Yeah.
We got
Pretty
you.
much. That's usually what happens.
You're not letting it out.
But she was saying was called your doppelganger.
That's cool.
See that silence? We're all tuned in. Oh, man.
Doggone it. Spirit likes to do that. Well, it's like since we've been on here talking, I've seen like 3 different spirit orbs.
I saw something kind of, I'm learning to see them, you know what I mean? Like, I'm beginning to see them, I should say. And so after my dog started barking and I was kind of seeing something move, I think they're just anxious to talk. But I have, there's a routine now with Hershey's help. One of her guides, her ghost guides, Slim, he makes his rounds and comes and helps clean out my house every night because it's his fault. It's his fault that they come now because he had told someone, he had told one of
So rude.
It was rude. But anyways, he told the lady next door, the ancestor ghost lady, that if you needed anything, let me know. And now they come, and I'm like, I can't do this. Well, I don't know, I can't see them. So Slim comes and gets them. But anyways, we're filling the time for you to continue your story because we think they wanted you to not talk about it.
Yeah, I'm being told I can't talk about that. So anyway, they want me to lighten the load. So here we go, guys. I'm gonna turn the S box on. If you guys have any questions or you want to read, let's have some fun, right? So we talked about death for an hour. Are you
Mhm.
okay on time, Michelle,
Mhm.
Jeff,
Oh,
and Amanda?
I've got nowhere to be.
I have my live at 11 o'clock, but I can just skip out a few minutes before, honey.
Okay, all right.
What Miss D say?
Um,
Damn, just when her she was going to say the loud numbers.
I guess so. I don't know, but they shut me all the way down. So,
Okay, Hershey, you didn't get to see this comment. I got to go back to it too. When you're talking about being born again, and like sometimes you just go back into the birth canal.
yes.
Mr.
Well, that's if you
D,
don't learn your lesson. That's if you don't learn your lesson. If you see the
she
light,
said,
I understand it to mean you're back in the birth canal.
wait, did Hershey just say that I spent over 50 years avoiding birth canals, and now I have no choice to go into one again?
Miss Tarot D said that shit, didn't she? Miss Tarot D, I know that was your shit.
That's why I laughed earlier, and I didn't mean to be rude.
Oh, yes, giants, Nephilim, all one and the same concept. The only thing that doesn't and never will or ever have a soul is a demon. They want me to say that part. So if it ever had a soul, it is not a demon, and therefore it is angelic. So there you go.
Well, I mean, I
Take it
guess
for
I do
what you
have one
want.
question, Hershey.
Hi, Care Bear.
Yes,
How
what
do
is
you
it?
just well, I mean, no, we got dark and light. So how do demons, where do they come from then?
Demons come from literally they come from dark magic. They come from the dark side of the world. Just like we have these all powerful, beautiful fairies and their magic, and the fae and the elementals and all these beautiful angels that have all these gorgeous, beautiful light magic powers. There is the exact same opposite that is created in demonic form, evil form, black magic form, just the opposite side. There has to be balance.
And the key is learning not to be afraid of it, but how to work with it.
Yes.
Work.
If it's
I don't know if
demonic,
with
it'll
it
also
is
never
the
give you its name. It'll never give
yeah.
up its name because it gives up its power. If it is the lighter side or the angelic side or the light being side, 9 times out of 10 they're going to give you their name because they want the connection, right? Whether they're coming in as a mentor or a teacher or a guide or just an ancestor. If they are not giving up their name, 9 times out of 10 they are hiding in plain sight, and they are on the specter, the other side. They are on the demonic side because they don't want to lose their power.
And then you can learn how to defend against them, I guess, right? Would be a good choice of word. I don't know.
Say it again.
Jonathan has to learn how to defend yourself against them in a sense,
Yeah.
like how to protect yourself and like not give them power over you. Jonathan Daly has a question. It wasn't started. I don't know if it's started. He says, "Does my dad have any messages for me?"
Dad. We will turn on the box and we will see if we can get Dad to come through.
And Hershey's been. I think I've known her in the past. I had to have known her in past lives, and our connection seems to be like that. And I think she's I know she's meant to help me not be afraid, because growing up, I grew up with ghosts in my house all the time, and I used to say, "I know you're there, just don't show yourself to me. I don't want to see you." So now I'm like embracing and not. I've seen things, and I've seen like legs, a shadow walk. I've never seen a full like apparition in front of me, and I'm not sure what I'm gonna do when that happens, because it will happen. But I'm hoping through this work, little by little, I'm not gonna be afraid of it anymore.
That's what's up. You'll get it. The devil or demon lies about. He doesn't exist. So okay, the devil. Are we talking about like that man-made devil, right? That concept of a devil, right? We are our own devil. we have a devil inside of us, and we have a little angel inside of us, right? The yin yang. That's
The shoulders.
inside of each and every single. Yep. Basically, yeah. That's in every single one of us. It's the one we choose to listen to is the one that is being the most dominant one in your life right now. A demon is no form of a devil. Okay. Really, they're a demon is your every fantasy. Okay. A demon is every desire, every lustful fantasy. They are literally the epiphany of everything you do not ever think you really want. Well, no, I rephrase that. They're the epiphany and the definition of everything you think you want, but absolutely nothing of what you need. They're meant to entice you. They're meant to be sex symbols. They're meant to be alluring. They're meant to be something that can captivate you. They're not being honest about anything.
There's no procreation on the other side, is there? Like, there's no sex or
You mean like actual intercourse?
like, yeah,
not
even
not like what man does. No,
not like what entity. Okay, there's no
no,
fear.
none of this. None
There's
of
no.
it.
There's no.
No, it's all in your head. It's all in your head.
There's
It's
no
all in
apathy.
your head. On the
No
death
3 inches.
side, it's all in your head. Now, in our other forms, I'm assuming there's some kind of procreation in other forms.
That's what
I
I'm
just
wondering.
don't know what those are. I'm just talking about on the side of death. No, there's no procreation or intercourse. No, there is intimate feelings and soul connection feelings, but no actual intercourse on the other side of death.
Okay, so do those soul connections over there transfer over into that? From here over into there?
What do you mean?
Like, if you have a soul connection with someone here, are you going to have that soul connection with them, even if you don't see them or ever again over there? Because you make it sound like they're more.
Yes.
It's
A soul
more of
connection is for every walk.
oneness. Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
A soul connection is for every walk, and your twin flame is for every walk.
Walk. Okay.
Does everybody have a twin flame?
Yes. Now, whether or not you ever get to meet them or not, that is completely up to you, them, and the universe. Nobody can technically put their finger on when or where you could possibly run into your twin flame, because you're not technically supposed to be with your twin flame, right? Your twin flame is your mirror image of yourself. You're usually never on the same page with your twin flame. You might be in the same chapter, but you're never in the same damn page. You're levels apart, and one of them is very usually immature. Your soulmates are there for every single walk, whether you go to bed with your soulmate or you just like to grow with your soulmate. However you see your soulmate, in whatever form they are with you, whether they are your friend, your sister, your cousin, your lover, your
Miss
partner.
Tarot D's my soul sister.
All your soulmates, every single one of them, you will walk every walk with. You guys talk, see if there's any questions for cards. I've got the S box going. If you guys want to talk to the S box, I need a refill. I'm literally dying. They're killing me. It's crowded over here. So I'll be right back.
Well, we can ask Jonathan's dad if he's around, if he has any questions for him. Is that what his question was? I know we can't necessarily hear the box right now, but maybe get that question out there.
I threw a few cards on that, Jonathan, and I saw a couple things that I wanted to ask you about. I don't know if he passed somewhat unexpectedly or on a short notice, but I got this sense that he didn't get to say to you everything that he wanted to say. I'm also seeing a green mountain and a Hawaiian lei around the time that he passed. I don't know if it was in his ceremony or the backdrop of that, but something was coming up with that. I don't know why.
Mr. O.D. Hershey's about to tell us about ghost sex.
Jonathan, you are 100% correct. They are two different things. So, okay, as a medium, as a medium, I can tell you that I can try to call for these loved ones to come through, but there's about 70 of them that are surrounding me and in the living room and kitchen kind of area. I can't guarantee that they are your family members, but we can try. We have them. Could you say that again? Elizabeth, we have an Elizabeth here right now. Are you here for someone that's here or in chat? So she's your, I think she said granddaughter. Does anybody have a grandmother named Elizabeth?
I do.
Or an ancestor that would be Elizabeth?
I do.
Okay. So as they come forward, so I'm getting like this really happy, overwhelmed kind of like over emotional. Were they over emotional? Were they very dramatic and extremely passionate when it came to like family get-togethers and just like Sunday family day or something, or like they made a meal specifically, something very specific, they really enjoy doing for loved ones. Like I'm getting so overwhelming, like I want to go cook a meal right now, like oh my god, somebody's coming, like a family member's coming. I feel like I need to cook a meal or bake cookies or something.
Yeah, she was. Before she just got real frail. I'm actually named after her, so it was crazy. She's my great grandmother. She's the only great grandparent I got to meet.
So did she have white hair, like not salt and pepper, just like knowledge white? Yeah. She's got a little spitfire to her too.
Does she have a message?
Saying something about a fire pit. Did she used to have or like do any kind of magic or something? She's saying something about a fire pit. Remember the fire pit or something like that. Do you have a fire pit yourself?
No, I don't have a fire pit.
Okay.
I'm not sure what that means.
Okay.
I'll shit my pants if she says my name, though.
Do you want to? We could get her. Just kidding.
It wouldn't surprise me.
Is there how many ghosts are around?
Jonathan. The name Jonathan was just said.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Matthew. Care Bear says, who or what is causing the activity in my house? It's draining my energy. Steven. Care Bear, do you know a Steven? Are you connected to a Steven somehow? Amanda, I feel like your grandmother, did she have something wrong with her heart? I'm like feeling a lot of like pressure. The closer she gets, it's definitely like either lung or like this kind of area right through here. I'm feeling like some odd pressure right there.
I just saw a spirit orb. Honestly, Hershey, I can't remember what she had wrong with her. I just remember being around her like before she died, and what's crazy is I didn't even know she was my great grandmother until after she died.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, it's like because I was so young. I mean, I just saw her because she was so frail at that point that I never like acknowledged her, and nobody ever told me that she was my great grandmother.
So it just said Amanda. I don't know if y'all heard it or not, but it literally just said Amanda.
Yeah.
It literally just just said Amanda. You'll have to listen to the playback. But I promise, it just said Amanda.
Well, the problem
What,
that when
Michelle?
you're young, they forget. So my nephew, his son, one of his sons, um, well, two of his kids. So we were at a cottage
Yes.
and we were taking the dogs for a walk, myself and my nephew Riley, and Evan, his younger brother, was like 4 at the time, and he's like, everyone came in saying, "Where's Riley?" And Evan says, "Oh, he left with some lady." He didn't even know my name. And I was like, after that moment, every little kid, 1, 2 year old, I'm always like, I'm Auntie Michelle. Like, you forget to tell people their name when they're little sometimes because it's just kind of, I don't know. I guess I had to make sure. So it's understandable that your great grandmother, it was just you were young and it wasn't like they went up and said, this is your great grandmother. It was kind of, they feel like you should know.
Right, exactly. And I think that's what they thought. It's like I already knew. It's like,
Yeah.
nope.
Yeah.
Jonathan, did your dad ride bikes or motorcycles or something like that? Or do you ride motorcycles or bikes? I'm seeing a guy and I think he's on a bike of some kind. I just cannot tell you if it's a motorcycle or if it is a bicycle or whatever. So I'm seeing the colors red, white, and green, like a lot affiliated to whoever this is on this bicycle as well. I know them colors. Where are them colors? Mexico, right? Mexico.
And
Mhm.
Italy, I think too. Red, white, and
Boy,
blue.
oh boy, oh boy. I'm seeing those colors tied to a bicycle and the name Jonathan. I don't know if this is coming through for Jonathan or if this is someone else.
Is a confirmation, yes. I think he rode his bike a lot near the end of his life.
Oh, okay. So, what I'm seeing, like I said, I'm seeing like this flag kind of, but not like a flag, like 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 something you'd hang on your wall. It looks like it's on the back of a bicycle, and it looks like a little boy and a big guy. But I don't think that the Jonathan guy is the big guy. I think his initials start with maybe either a D or it's an O. I can't make out for sure. It's quite a distance away. I don't know if this is the father or the grandfather, but they're like teaching them how to ride a bicycle. And there's a flag on the back of the bicycle, and the colors on the flag is red, white, and green. I don't know if that applies to you. I hope so.
Jonathan was born in Mexico.
Oh,
The-
wow.
uh, this it feels like somebody's dad is teaching them how to ride a bike. It's kind of amazing. It's almost like they're in a really happy place. I'm not getting like direct words. It's more like just images and feelings.
That's beautiful.
Yes, that is.
Or well,
Nailed
maybe
it.
it's you
She
and your
nailed
dad.
it.
It could be you and your dad, maybe. About okay, so there's a little short lady coming through now. Um, apparently she just went to sleep and she never woke up, and she never had a bad day in her life. She loved life. She said there are so many
That's
good
beautiful.
things that people are missing. She's got very red hair. I think it's red. I'm sorry, she's correcting me. Ginger. It's ginger. I am ginger. I am a ginger. She is correcting me quickly. She is a ginger. But she is wonderful. Oh my gosh. What is your name, sweetheart? Estelle. Well, it's nice to meet you, Estelle. It is wonderful to meet you. No, but you got some wonderful energy. I literally have been sleeping off and on. How is Sasha? Oh, so okay, animals, and children, they go right over. Okay, uh, I'm not going to go through the details of what I do when I help people cross over because that's very private, intimate, and it's kind of my thing, right? But what I can tell you is that all animals and children go immediately over to the other side. That's what I hope you understand that. And if it just happened, chances are good you'll need to wait at least 3 to 6 weeks before you would want to have a conversation with a medium about them, with them, or for them, just to make sure that it is them and they've had enough time
Yeah,
to
I want to reaffirm that because I got the world
go
reversed.
through the process because it
There
takes
was-
a while
You're not
to
ready.
go through the process. Yeah.
That's a sense of completion has not been met yet. But I do want to tell you, I think you're going to see that cat again. Don't go looking for another cat because that cat's going to come to you again in this life.
Cats come back to remind us that they're always going to be our familiar, and they dogs as well, but mainly more cats because they have that sense. They can see the other side as good as us mediums can, and they can see and sense things that even us mediums can't always. So if you start feeling in a few weeks like keen, height, intense growth of your senses, that's your baby coming back to you, and letting you know that they're with you again. Their senses have come back to, they will always be your familiar, and no matter what walk that they are in or whatever walk you are in, you will always have basically the same kind of pattern over and over and over again. It just repeats over and over. Michelle, did you want to speak on the kitty cat situation? I did. Jeff did.
No, I mean, I just was having memories of my cat. Like, I finally just took her ashes. Like, it's been 10 years. How many years? Since 2008? I finally had her in a box and I finally put her out on the shelf. She's been in a box in my
Brian,
closet.
we have a Brian
And
coming through.
I don't want another cat necessarily, though, if she finds me again, but I have my dog. I never wanted
Justin.
another animal
We have a Brian and a Justin coming through.
because it broke my heart so much. But now that I have him, the
I
universe
heard
gave
the
him to me
Jonathan
to
name
save me.
again, you guys.
Absolutely. So when she's ready to come back, maybe she's in him. I don't know.
Absolutely. What about you, Amanda? Did you want to speak on that?
About what, the cats?
Yeah.
Well, it's crazy because, like, I was this past year when I lived at my old house, I actually saw a spirit of an orange cat, but I could not tell you. Like, I have no connection to the cat. Like, I mean, yeah, I had cats when I was young, but this cat looked
Junebug's
almost
here.
more like a
Thomas.
kitten.
Holy shit. Sorry.
She says, "Are you okay?" Junebug is Thomas's mom. She just came through. Miss Junebug.
I was woken
Sorry.
up to my third eye. I heard a cat meow. I keep getting woken up to dog barks in my head. And today I was woken up to a cat.
Oh,
So maybe it
wow.
was Shade coming back to me.
Maybe.
She was a black cat. But
Karen says, I literally have been sleeping on and off for 2 days now. So drained. Lost my earbud and it isn't showing up. Just popped up on my floor 4 days later. I was all alone in the house. Oh my God.
she has a lot.
They do that shit to me all the time. Y'all see this, right? Y'all see
So,
this.
Care Bear, I would recommend setting boundaries. If it start with the tell them to leave your electronics alone, figure out, maybe contact Hershey. Get on Hershey's calendar. She'll help you.
I
But
always recommend a cleansing, no matter what. No matter what.
I just
Always.
tell them
It
leave
said
your
always.
electronics
It
alone.
said always.
It's not
try
allowed. You're not.
singing.
It said Amanda again.
It said Amanda again.
Uh-huh. Does anybody want to say hi to Jeff? How many people are around Jeff right now? 11. Hi, Tansy. So let's go through like we did last time. How many are around Tamsy Faye right now? Seven, I think. Somebody's counting.
Care Bear, they don't want to leave you alone. They still have work to do, and they're not
Several.
willing to transition.
So as soon as Jeff said they don't want to leave her alone, they said yes. Several of them are like right attached. They really are connected to you strongly. Literally, it said literally. Did you hear that, guys?
That's the
heard
Care
it.
Bear, right?
Yeah, the Care Bear.
Yeah.
So how many are around me?
18.
No way.
Yeah.
Yes. 18.
How many are around Michelle?
Seven.
My lights just flickered.
Wow.
How many are around Karen Johnson right now? 30.
I heard 30.
Damn.
30. Karen, you're busy. You're busy.
There's something in that house.
Well,
Oh.
I mean, I got 18. Well, no wonder I'm always freaking cold. Because I'll be sitting
Yeah.
there reading cards, and 1 minute I'm fine, next minute I'm freezing.
How many are around Jonathan Daly? 26.
How about Miss Moonlight? She thinks there's like a billion or a million.
How many are around the beautiful Miss Moonlight? A number, please. How many are around Miss Moonlight?
They're still counting.
31. 31.
You're busy too, girl.
Really?
So the Justin guy is back, and so he's like doing like this pacing thing behind me, like she's not here, so apparently he is somebody maybe gonna come in. If anybody comes in and has a connection to an uncle kind of figure is the energy I'm feeling, like big brother uncle kind of energy, and goes by the name of Justin. He is here with us. 31 million. Probably. Does anybody want to read while we're sitting here? You're probably not going to get a read from Michelle, but y'all already know how that goes. If she's not feeling it, she ain't doing it. So, and Miss Tarot D is here, so she, she may not want to read for Miss Tarot D. Just saying.
Because I can't cheat with the
That
book.
seems low. Well, Jonathan, we can make sure that you keep a door open and, invite a few hundred in if you want. Just open a door. Actually, they said if you turn, you have a stone somewhere. Okay, hold on. Okay, so your 11th stone from you right now, wherever you're at, look around, whatever. The 11th stone from wherever you are at right now, the 11th one closest to you, if you turn it a half degree, it will open a door, they said. I don't know what stone it is, but be very careful with that
I
11th
was
stone.
just saying, open at your own risk.
No,
Jonathan.
right.
I'm really
Very
worried,
true.
Hershey.
Hi,
That's why I
Gypsy
went like
JJ.
this.
Yes. Whatever. I don't know what your 11th stone is closest to you, whether it's in another room. I have no
I
idea,
say,
but
keep the peace, Jonathan.
find out whatever
Don't
stone
open
that
it.
is and make sure you put it in a very safe place.
I
Like
say,
away
leave it.
from mirrors and shit.
Keep the door closed.
And that's for who?
Jonathan.
Oh my
Jonathan.
goodness.
Yeah, the 11th stone closest to him.
If
So
you want
I
to
don't-
sleep tonight, I'd say leave it closed.
So Gypsy JJ, it said 42. So I was asking how many of us have ghosts and what number is around us right now, whether it's ancestors, guides, elementals, or just overall ghosts passing through the area. And your number was 49.
Jonathan, he's surrounded by crystals. He doesn't know which one would be the 11th one, probably. Which direction?
They said the 11th one. I have no idea. They didn't specify left or right. They said the 11th one will open the door. That's all I know. The 11th one. Just look to your left this way and look to your right and count 11 both directions and leave both of those alone.
Yeah, so I would say maybe
both sides of that ass. Be like, I'm
maybe
covering both.
Care Bear, maybe you need to go around and turn some
Okay,
stones
okay.
to close the door. If there's a door open.
I mean, Jonathan made me a crystal grid necklace, so now I'm just
I
like,
know.
oh, shit.
It's so freaking beautiful. Do you have something that has hematite or moldavite that would be around the 11th stone, Jonathan? Miles is saying he's sensing hematite, lodestone, and or meteorite or moldavite. So there is a clue to the 11th stone. So I would say it has. Well, moldavite doesn't have magnetism in it, but lodestone and hematite does. So chances are good with those two both being magnetized. It probably has some form of magnetism in it, and it's going to
Jonathan,
be
please
your
tell me there's no
11th
hematite
stone.
in my
So
necklace.
Care Bear, I have an answer for you. They want to watch you. They want to watch you raise your kids because the spirits in there were terrible parents. What I'm getting
They're
is
saying it's multicolored. Jonathan, I'm just trying to help you out here. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
no, I was just gonna say they want to watch Care Bear Mother because what I got was this has been going on for generations. The kids were spoiled. The ones they had that lived in there. They're lying to you about really why they're there. They want to be peeping toms in a sense, but to get rid of them, which is what you're trying to do, the death card, what you need to do is show your. What I heard was they want to watch you raise your kids for some sick reason. They want to see you watch your kids because they weren't raised right or they didn't raise theirs right.
So they need to be boundaries set for them if they
Yeah.
what you when they can come in, maybe when they have to go away, give you peace so you're not drained, not to touch your stuff. Give them something they can
moldavite
touch.
and tiger iron
Have they been
right now and make
your kids' rooms?
I'd
do not turn it. Do not turn it. So I looked at a couple of cards too, just because I was inspired by Jeff, right? There's some kind of trust, like a trust fall that needs to happen, right? So when you think about what they need from you, it's not so much like I've been saying, it's not about belief, it's about what you know. Right?
I heard knowledge. Yeah.
Knowledge is another good word for it. It's what you know already. It doesn't matter what someone else's opinion is about it or what their belief is. They need you to build on the parts that you trust with what you know. Not what you think you believe or not what someone else believes or thinks it happened this way. Because, honey, they weren't there. They didn't walk. They don't know. They don't have a damn clue. They didn't walk millions of years ago. in this form to know what was going on then, right? This form of us that is always searching for that belief has to understand that in order for you to take back that power that gives you the ability to not worry about them, it comes in the form of trust, right? So once you learn to trust in what you know, it will help you to gain momentum into taking your power back so that you don't have to question anything. You can go and float on what you know and build a solid foundation that way. And that's what I got in the cards. Amanda, did you get anything in the cards for the question?
I haven't turned over anything yet, sweetheart. Hold on.
Okay. Michelle, did you want to? I'm just giving you the option.
I'm listening. Thank you.
Okie dokie.
I pulled this twice with this, the Wheel of Fortune. I feel like it karma, destiny, karma, destiny, karma, destiny. They're not gonna stop until, this sounds really demented, but until they're satisfied with what they want from you. Meaning, it's like Michelle said, they need to put the boundaries. You need to put the boundaries there because they're not going anywhere anytime soon. They want to gather as much knowledge. It's almost like it's like a succubus or succubus energy. Like it's this need to do something better in the afterlife that they couldn't do for themselves. They want to watch you do it. Because I'm hearing that you're a master at it. So maybe it's not, I'm still thinking it's the kids. They want to see you raise the kids. I don't know why I'm hearing that.
Okay. See what Amanda says. Hi, John. Welcome.
I mean, I see like 6 or 7 spirits around Care Bear, but I believe one of them is your dad. Because I see someone that looks roughly about 6'1" maybe, and he has like salt and pepper hair, and he has gray hair. He has like a little bit of a belly on him. Who is that? I'm not making out who the other spirits are, but one of them is your dad, and I feel like he's being like your protector, and he's trying to help you and watch over your kids.
Yeah. I don't, there's something, and I think maybe just Amanda tapped into it. Maybe I was skirting the issue, but I didn't see a parent. Maybe it is your father, because we did get the generational card reversed, the one in the Pentacles or whatever. So it could, in fact, be that.
Yeah, one of them's your dad, sweetheart.
Yeah. I love that.
Tell your dad to stop messing with your earbuds.
And that's probably why it's not going anywhere. Amanda, you don't want him. I mean, Care Bear, you don't want him to go anywhere, do you? If it is your dad, do you? I mean, you want him to be free and happy and move on, right? Is there something that is unresolved between the two of you? I'm psychoanalyzing you in addition to reading.
I think I just feel so lucky in the relationship I have with my mom now, that she's on the other side, has just grown immensely. And she comes and goes. She chose to come back as a guide, and she makes her rounds. She supports me. It's just amazing. Like it's like she's here. She's like a phone call away. because I just gotta call her she, because I can't hear her, but her she can. But I love it, and so like I don't have her breathing down my neck every day though, because she's ain't got time for that. She's busy. I just feel my experience like that then is I feel really lucky. Like I have her come and go. It's like really she's not living with me, you know? So that's good.
Right.
Did he have a beard, Care Bear?
6'1" sounds
Clyde.
like my dad's brother Alvin. My dad is Clyde. I believe that.
Maybe is the box on? You can ask the box. Is it Clyde
The
or
box
Alvin?
is on. I wanted to speak real quick. If you guys have any questions, go ahead and drop them. We're gonna end this probably in about 10 or 15 minutes. So if anybody has any questions that they would like, whether it's personal or you want us to look into, trying to get you an answer about something, let me know. Hershey, is there a special message from these? Number 2, will they secure JY in my life? Okay, we'll start. Okay. So Gypsy JJ, we're kind of like all over the place here with energy. So we will look at it. But we're kind of going back and forth between Jonathan and Karen, and we're just enjoying everybody's company together. So it could just pay attention. If something does come through, from my end, I usually have to jump on it, or otherwise the energy fades or somebody else takes their spot. So did I see the question?
Care Bear. That's what I
was
would. Yeah. Care Bear. This is why I got the Jupiter and Pentacles. This is like what, like it was reversed, and I don't feel like the energy settled around you and him. I think it's more than that, though. I'm wondering if there's something like, not in a bad way, but just something that didn't maybe. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's probably it then. Like he's trying to be between two realms, but he really doesn't want to go yet. That's what I was getting earlier. He's not going to leave Care Bear, and there's something eerily comforting about that. But again, that's my thinking, my imposing the peeping Tom bit on you, and that's disrespectful. I shouldn't have done that. But I kind of feel like he wants to watch you raise your children while he's waiting. If that's what you're saying, while he's waiting for your mother to come with him. He gets something. He gets joy from that.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, you're so welcome, Care Bear. She says, thank you, thank you, thank you. Gypsy JJ says she appreciates all of us. Jonathan, are you talking about this question right here? Because the answer is yes. Yes. And okay, so there's I don't know if this is a grandfather or what, but do you find a lot of like construction parts, like nails, screws, bolts, washers, like nails, that kind of stuff? If you do, it's the dimes and buttons are coming from your grandmother, and I believe this grandfather energy leaves like screws, nuts, bolts,
pins.
Like metal little bits and pieces of metally stuff. Like I don't like any, and I'm even hearing the word spacers. What, I don't know why spacers or what spacers could mean to you, but this grandmother and grandfather that are coming through, they're saying, tell Jonathan, don't forget the spacers. So Jonathan, whatever this means to you, don't forget the spacers, honey. They don't forget them now. So the little metal bits and pieces are from your grandfather, and the buttons and the coin are from your grandmother. Yes. He says yes. Yes, absolutely.
Oh, that's beautiful.
That's awesome.
'Cause,
That's awesome. 'Cause,
yeah,
you know,
So, did we miss any questions? I don't think we did, guys, because we've been all over the place. But you guys are here on stage with me. We've sat here. We have nails, screws, and little metal
There was
spacers. Okay,
one rose blue. Rose
those are
blue.
all from your grandfather. He makes sure that they cross you. They cross your path every almost every day is what it feels like. You said Rose Blue had a question. I missed
My
it.
son Cody. I don't know if she's trying to get him from the box, from the spirit box.
Cody Samuel Johnson.
Yeah.
Cody Samuel.
She said, "Are the
Johnson.
cards?"
Or cards.
If you are here, please step forward. Please speak. Please say something that they would understand and recognize, or something for me to say to them. Share your energy with me if you are here. Please step forward.
Amanda, what time zone are you?
Eastern.
Okay, so it's going on 11 o'clock for you.
Yeah, she's got to go.
I just got the number 17. I don't know if that means anything.
Okay, so did they play a sport? So I'm there is this very athletic kind of I don't want to say teenager, but this is definitely maybe adolescence to teenager kind of vibe coming in, but it could be a little older than that. Could be young adult, but they feel very athletic. Lots of running. I feel like track maybe or baseball. Something with a lot of running. Tennis maybe even. Gymnastics. I'm literally hearing this on the spirit box, guys. I'm not making the words up. They're coming across the box. This energy, these cards, they're about a path, a journey, right? There's also some redemption that is going to be learned, gained, and earned on this path, right? Redemption comes in so many ways and forms, but the more authentic we are now, the more clear our path becomes, right? The more authentic and the more organic we are on our path. This energy, this this energy, it's reminding me to say Christmas. They said Christmas. I don't know what Christmas would mean. Outside of, I did see something about it would have been 27 on Christmas Day. He rode 10 speeds, worked at a bike shop. All I know. So I'm getting very athletic kind of energy. So somebody that rides a bike, somebody that's authentic, works and rides on bikes has to have some kind of athletic about themselves, because I couldn't pedal anymore if I had to. But they want me to tell you to remember that this was part of their path, and they have found redemption, and they just want to remind you to continue to be authentic as you continue to grow. And that's the message that I've got for you on my side, sweetheart.
Did he die suddenly in an accident? Was he hit by any driver, or was there alcohol involved?
So the box said there was. The box just said there was.
Because I got this immediately. This was the energy card that I got. And I feel like, okay, yeah.
So he said, I suffered. This young man that's coming through the box that I called for Cody, they're saying that they did suffer. I
Yeah,
don't like saying that, but
she said drunk driver hit him. I didn't even know that, Rose. All right. And then I got the lovers reversed. So I kind of feel like there's this sensation that he was a very smart, actually capable person who wouldn't make a mistake that this other person made. And I hate to draw this, but it's like someone else's free will burned him. And what he's trying to say to you is, what's kind of funny, because you were talking about Hershey got bikes, and I got the chariot up top is the energy. This is something he really loved doing. He really loved the bikes, and he really had a passion for it. And it almost is bringing a tear to my eye. But the other thing that is a little bit strange in the end of the message for you is the Four of Pentacles reversed.
Chocolate.
So it's like, yeah, I just kind of feel like there's something that he wants you to know from the other side that maybe you might have already discovered, but he doesn't know that you're aware of it. And it's something that you don't want to acknowledge or don't want to talk about it. But other than that, that's what I have for you. He wants you, but even centered wise, if this was in the middle, the only reason I got drunk driver was because of the cups. Okay. And the fact that Saturn came in, and Saturn's about quick change. Then I said to myself, okay, it had to be a quick, sorry. But I'm very sorry, Rose Blue. That's awful. That's just horrid. I'm sorry.
Amanda, did you want to speak on this real quick before you have to leave us?
I just pulled a couple of cards from my Talking to Heaven mediumship cards, and a couple of messages he wants you to know is, we will be together again.
I love that.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
And then he also said he wants you to know, tears cleanse the soul. And then the last one was, we are soulmates.
Aww, I love that.
I love this.
Oh my God, I love that.
That's
I'm
beautiful.
sorry, Rose Blue. I'm sorry.
I'm deeply sorry, sweetheart.
It feels like a beautiful energy. Like, it's very beautiful energy. Very, very, like, lived a full life. Like, didn't hold back, like, at all. Just enjoyed everything. So I'm sorry their life got cut short, but we usually lose the best ones much too soon.
And
Amanda, I know
Rose
you
Blue,
have to leave out. Yep, go ahead.
yeah, I was gonna say one more thing, honey.
Go ahead.
I pulled the High Priestess card too, so I feel like, Rose Blue, you need to trust your intuition. If you feel like he's around, because I feel like you do feel him, trust that that's him. Don't deny it, sweetheart. And he wants you to know that. Just know he's always there beside you, and you can talk to him anytime. But trust your intuition. That's what I got, honey.
I think that's so powerful.
That's beautiful. I love it.
Mhm.
Amanda, thank you so much. Thank you so
Yeah.
It was a
much.
pleasure meeting you.
gonna
Thank
let
you for letting me crash y'all's party.
You better turn around and let Teddy know that I've been watching you this whole time.
I was
You
creeped out a
better
little bit. I was like,
behave, little boy. That is my Teddy. I'm gonna be so jealous. Anybody watching, if they want to spoil me, then that's what I want. I want something that big to just protect over me and don't be like rah, 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 rah. So get a big Pennywise or something standing behind.
Miles
me.
isn't good enough because Miles is right there.
But y'all can't see him. Y'all can't see him. I can flirt with Teddy. He's right there. All right, Amanda, I love you so much.
If you
Thank
put
you for
Ella right there or
stopping
Maddie,
I could. So Green Adventuring real quick says, I'm sorry, wrong person. Gypsy JJ says that I connected her to 42. That was the amount of ghosts that are around you right now. And the message that they want you to know is don't give up. I don't know if you're feeling like giving up on something, if you're frustrated about something, but the message they want you to know is that they are there with you. They have lots of ideas. Don't give up. I don't know what it means, but that's what they're saying. Don't give up. All right, everybody. I love you guys so much. I'm
Thank
exhausted. I'm
you.
tired. I will see
Go get
everybody
mine
in the next one. You guys do all the YouTube things. Follow Amanda right now because she's about to go live because we love her. Good night, Jeff. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
See you later.
Night.
This was
Bye,
fun. Bye
everybody.
bye.
Bye.
End it, end it, end it. Too clicky.